Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Wednesday, October 13th, and these are the charts of the day. Still a lot of bullish-looking charts and some new emerging ones, and we're going to go over some of those today. Air Media, which we mentioned last week, if you can see, had this big surge at the end of September, formed this little wedge or coil, broke out today, jumping 43 cents or almost 8% on 738,000. That's the heaviest volume in a couple, 3 weeks. Looks like the stock may be headed for a quick test of the 6.5 range here, but beyond that, I'm looking for the 8.25 and maybe even as high as 9 range on the stock over the course of the next couple, 3 weeks, potentially. ANAD, which been following for quite a while, has formed a big base, surged in August, September, and now it's flagging right up near resistance. A new sharply rising channel with strong technicals and rising volume indicate that a breakout from this flag could lead to the stock getting up towards the 7.5, 8 zone, or short-term trading target. Cognex, CGNX, in a similar situation, broke out in September, flagged, and exploded at the end of September with a breakaway gap, has formed a flag in this zone here with great technicals, and a move over the 28 level could spurt this into the low 30s or short-term trading target. Dragon Wave had a big day today. Now, we spotted this last month when it broke out of this like little head and shoulder base here, but there wasn't a lot of volume. Then the stock backed off, rebounded, and today took out this declining tops line right here with a thrust in volume, the heaviest volume since July. It looks like potentially a move that takes us up towards 9, my short-term trading target, and then 10.5, my secondary target, could take place. Greenbrier, current swing trade recommendation, broke out of this flag this morning after reversing here, popped $1.72 or 10.3%, the heaviest volume in 3 weeks, and certainly looks like this is headed for the low 20s or short-term trading target. One of our favorite goals is Gold Resources, GORO, which popped in early September, formed a pennant or coil, broke out and ran sharply, and then formed another flag or little pennant here. Yet today broke out up 98 cents or 4%, but it appears that this is headed towards the high 20s or short-term trading target. Candy Technologies continues to excel here and accelerate, having moved from 3.25 to nearly 6 today in the last 3 weeks, with a pop flag, a pop little mini consolidation here, same here. Today it gapped up and ran on the heaviest volume I've seen in this stock since January. We're at key overhead resistance, but secondary resistance at 6.75 I expect to be tested short term. Beyond that, $8 is my secondary target. Very strong pattern unfolding in LDK, one of the better looking junior solars. Took out the November, December highs today, last week, pulled back in a flag, and today exploded to test the July 09 highs, and looks like this is headed towards 14.5, maybe as high as 16.5. Another junior gold is Nevsun Resources. You can see the pattern since February lows when it was trading around $1.81. It's gotten up to 570 today with a bump of 35 cents or 6.5%, but that's a new all-time high. And at this point, I would expect this one to continue to accelerate with a longer-term target in the low teens, but the short-term target up around the $8 level. Wanted to point out the fact that this stock has been sitting here for about 3 weeks, forming a nice consolidation flag right near the trend line. At this point, it appears to be near the apex of a wedge here, and any price volume surge here that takes it out of this pattern could lead to an explosive move up towards 12.5. That's my trading target for RE. Satcon Technologies, which we added to our swing trade list today, broke out over key resistance at the $4 range and closed at 420, up 20 cents or 5%. 2.5 million shares traded, nice surge in technicals. On the weekly chart, you'll see that it's broken through key 8-year resistance and has a target ahead of it at the weekly resistance above, which is in the 7.5 range. We'll give you a short-term target of 5.5 at the top of the channel, but 7.5 will be a secondary target. Significant price volume surge and major breakaway gap today on SIGA, which got a huge government contract, and it's a game changer in my opinion. Broke through 3 levels of resistance, headed for 15, my short-term trading target and swing trade target. On a longer term basis, however, I think the top of this long-term channel in the mid-20s is very, very doable for SIGA, and we'll be looking for that. SOL, Renee Sola, one of my other favorites right now, along with LDK, is a beautiful rising channel with strong volume. There is some overhead technical resistance I expect to be tested near 15 short term, but ultimately I'm looking for a move that gets near the 1920 zone for SOL. And lastly today is Western Refining, which had a significant price volume surge as well, breaking across, you'll see, more than a year's worth of resistance on a price volume breakaway gap as well in big volume. That's a strong game-changing type of trend-turning action today. Let's look for a move that takes us up towards 8 and then eventually up towards 10, or my intermediate, short-term and intermediate targets. And those are some great ideas for today. Have a good evening.